revoke access. Like, I'm not going to be around this. Like, if I'm not being respected, if I'm not being treated the way I believe I need to be treated, I'm out. As if the podcast. As if the podcast.
Wait, okay. Girl, as if. As if. Okay, none of this sounds good. You know what? As if the podcast. How about that?
Hello, guys. Welcome to As If the Podcast with your host, Dink, me, Asia, my queen. Oh, that is me. Oh, that is she. I am where I want to be. How are you guys doing today? I am great. I'm very great. If you guys hear sizzling in the background, my girlfriend's cooking. Because I'm about to grub. But not too much, okay? I'm trying to learn portion control. Because one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to eat the whole thing. Growing up, we ate everything that was on our plate. I've never really been like, oh, I'm full and there was still food on the plate. No. You're not done eating until everything is finished. So now I'm like rewiring my brain in my relationship with food. I'm trying to, I'm trying to eat, yes. But the way I eat, like I'm trying to put myself in a coma. Every time I get a meal, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch TV and fall asleep. Like that's the goal. And I'm trying to do a lot more things, and I can't be eating food that makes me sleepy and shit like that. Like I gotta stay up, I gotta stay energized, and I'm trying to change my relationship with food. But anyways, that's not the topic today. So today we are going to talk about how your access is your power. I feel like our power is our time and having the freedom to put our time in what we want. When we give our time and our attention to things that don't make us feel good, we can't really be that surprised when we don't feel good. Yeah, because that time and our attention is our superpower. Like, imagine, think about the times that you've paid attention and you've given so much time into something, it being good or bad. How much did that explode and get bigger and bigger, So when we're looking at what we're spending our time on, we have to understand that a lot of our outcomes, a lot of the things that have happened is a result of what we've put our time and attention to. I'm going to tell you guys a story if you don't mind. Yeah, so I met up with a new friend, right? She isn't from here and wanted to try a place that it's I guess there's drinks and a pool in certain spaces around the pool that you could hang out at and shit like that. It looked cute. And I was like, yeah, let's go. So we get to the place and I guess you had to reserve the beds around the pool. And where the bar was kind of separate from where the pool was. There was a gate in between. Again, you had to reserve the bed. So you couldn't get into that area if you hadn't reserved a bed. So her and I were like, okay, we'll just sit down and get some drinks, right? And we sit down and nobody talks to us. Nobody comes up to help us. Nobody says anything to us. And first of all, we looked so cute. Oh my God. So we're sitting there and nobody says anything to us. So my friend goes up to the bar and asks the guy hey, how can we get some help or something? I forgot what she had said, but he was like, well, there's waitresses around there that can help you. And kind of did one of these. And I cut my eyes. No, we're not doing this, babe. So we sit back down and we're like, okay, like nobody's helping us. Nobody said anything to us. And I'm like, you want to go? You want to just leave? And she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I feel something weird. I didn't like the way he answered you. Like, let's get out of here. And we just like Ubered to the grocery store. We got drinks and snacks and we just chilled by the pool at her apartment. And that's how I think we should deal with things that don't align with us. Revoke access. Like, I'm not going to be around this. Like, if I'm not being respected, if I'm not being treated the way I believe I need to be treated, I'm out. I'm not going to sit around and beg and be like, hey, guys, like, do you mind if I could, like, get some help? Like, do you know? No, I'm not finna do that. And especially the fact that, like, you can kind of tell it was on some race shit because, like, everybody was white. Everybody was white. We were, like, the only two black girls there. I thought I had seen another black girl, but maybe she had left because she was treated the way we were. But yeah, like, I want to actually tell you guys what the place is called so you guys, like, don't go. Because, like, I feel like it would be kind of messed up if you guys went and then the same thing happened to you guys. So I'm going to look through my messages right now so I could tell you guys. Yeah, it's called Lilo Swim Club or Lilo Swim Bar. I don't know. So either one, Lilo Swim Club or Lilo Swim Bar in Phoenix, Arizona. Don't go. If you're white, I guess, you know, you'll be treated nice. So I guess, you know, if you would like to go, why wouldn't you? But if you black, don't be surprised if they start acting like that. And, you know, I'm just not the one that is just going to be around here like, hey, like, guys, you guys, like, can we get a drink? Like, you mind if we, like, do you see the way we look? Like, I understand I want to get into some race shit and some fight the power and shit. Like, yeah. But let's really, like, do you see the way we look? Okay. Obviously, I'm crying. They're probably like, yeah, we do see the way you look. And you are a nit. And you're black. That's why we're acting like this. Well, bye. Bye, period. And, like, that's how I want to show up with everything that feels like I have to beg for it. I have to perform for it. I have to do too fucking much for it. I want to do that. I want to be like, all right, gotta go. See you later. Or not. You know, like, I believe to, like, revoke access. Revoke, we're done. We stop right here. Because my presence is a gift. Just like your presence is a gift to me. Why am I going to be giving you a gift if you going to be acting the fuck out? That makes no sense. So, bye. Just like if I was acting up and stuff like that, you should do the same. It's not just a one-way street here. I believe if you know, if I ain't showing up the way you believe that I need to show up for me to be your friend, for me to be your partner, I would like you to talk to me first. Please don't leave me. Don't leave me. But yeah. So then we ask, how do we know when it's time for you to revoke access? Access declined or denied. How do you know when it's time for you to revoke access from something or someone? Showing up for something, showing up for someone. How do you know when it's time, when it's like done? Or when you should separate yourself? I would say pay attention to the way you feel. And ask yourself how you feel when you are in that space or when you're around that person. And does it align with what you want to feel? And sometimes the answer is no. And when the answer is no, it's hard to leave something or dip out on something that you've invested time and a lot of your attention to. But you got to kind of think of it like this. Okay, so should I invest more? Because then I'm going to keep having more and more of an excuse to not leave something that doesn't feel right, or maybe doesn't feel as good as I want it to. Is it time to make space for greater things? It might be that. It might be that. I kind of look at it like when shit is in the way, it's almost like a pipe that's clogged up. Once you get all the hair and shit out of it, things just run through and run smooth. I also think when I'm in a space that I'm not supposed to be in, I am in the way of what someone else is supposed to have. Like, this is supposed to be someone else's turn. And I'm in the way of their blessing. It's time for me to move on into something else. Or not even their blessing, their lesson. That's how I felt when I quit one of the dance teams I was on. I was like, okay, there are girls that are auditioning, and maybe they'd make it if there was more room. Like, this is not what I want. This is not what I love. When I sat around and was asking everybody, like, hey, like, what do you want to do after this? And they were like, this is it. This is what I want to do. I was like, oh, I'm in the way. So it's time for me to move on. No more access. Time for me to move on, you know, because we're clogging things up here. Our lesson was learned, what we needed, we got out of it, time to move on. I believe that what we pay attention to grows. And every time you get fixated on something, remember that your brain is so powerful. What you focus on will expand. So try to put your mind on what you want to unfold. Fixate on that. Like, try to do your best to keep your mind positive and keep your space positive, keep your environment positive, so that you could get all of the goodness and the blessings that you have coming to you. I always hear people talk about the fact that sometimes you don't get your blessings because there's someone in your life that you need to get out of your life because they're not supposed to get that blessing with you. If that makes any sense. I was like, oh shit. Because there was an incident with somebody that's in my life, and she had broke up with her boyfriend. And after she broke up with her boyfriend, she had gotten all these fucking opportunities, like almost instantly. Like, sometimes other people are in the way. Sometimes that job, you know, the job that fired me, sometimes that job is in the way of your blessing. Your pipe is clogged up. You need to clean it out, so all your blessings and all the goodness and all the great things that you have been manifesting and working towards is going to flow right through and go right to you. But like I said, you need to get your power back, which is that access to you, what comes in this space. Don't be in places, be around people that are going to clog up your motherfucking pipe. Okay? I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Is that it? Anyways, thank you again. Bye-bye.